Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be another quick reading for you guys this week, so I am still in the middle of moving. This is not my home, so let's just dive into it for you guys for the 5th to the 11th of August. Let's see, for my lovely Pisces, please Spirit, for this week. For Pisces, please. Okay, what's going to be happening for the week? All right, so you have the happy card. So this card comes in when you are feeling more aligned to the universe, to what it is that you're trying to bring in. I love whenever eggs come up in readings because it means to me that something's going to be brought to life very soon. So this could be a manifestation, a desire of yours that you could actually be feeling super happy about because you're just having this feeling that it's coming and that you know that it's coming. And that's why I that's what I sense about the happy. So you're feeling good this week. You're feeling more in alignment. That rainbow represents that connection to spirit. All right, and it also, obviously rainbows happen after stormy times and the sun is finally shining, so that could be again a message for some of you out there that things are finally starting to work out. Things are looking good in the near future for you. You also have the unfinished symphony. This was the first card that came up, so it is a number 10. Whenever 10s come up in readings, it does represent some sort of completion. Usually, and we are going into a Mercury retrograde this week, so what happens is past things do come back, and even if it's just a memory, it's coming back for you to really close it out, specifically with this card as well. Mercury retrogrades are all about like reviewing, reassessing. So with the unfinished symphony, something that maybe you was unfinished in the past could be brought up this week in order for it to close out or for it to come to some sort of conclusion, whether it's old contracts, all right, whether it's people in your life where things were not really, there was no conclusion to a situation. Maybe this is a time where somebody could be reaching out, you could be reaching out to really kind of close something out. In fact, we have another egg here as well. And just now I'm getting maybe now that a chapter is closing out or something is confirmed to be closing out this week, you're feeling really happy about what's to come. I'm almost feeling like both of these are you, just for somebody out there. Here you're feeling very kind of like out of sorts, basically meaning there's a little bit of disharmony in your life, maybe a little bit of chaos. It does feel like this week something's going to change, whether you are just feeling in alignment to spirit again, or whether the sun is finally starting to shine, or maybe it's something to do with this conclusion of some kind. I feel like that's going to be the thing that helps you step into this happy energy. For some of you, that could be a mess about going back to old passions of yours. That could be what the past energy is about. It doesn't always have to be people. Maybe you're bringing back old habits, old routines, or an old project, and finally you're closing that out, which could be a good thing for some of you. But let's carry on. Let's see what else. Ultimately, it feels good so far. Let's see. All right, look at this cornucopia. I love this. This is about an abundance coming away. All right, that beautiful golden energy feels like really good times coming up for you. And interestingly, we have that attachment. So we're kind of having this little bit of a balanced message coming through of this. There's really good times coming up ahead for you. You have this happy and cornucopia kind of representing the same thing here. There is something that's coming away that's going to be beautiful for you, but it does feel like the unfinished symphony could be about some kind of attachment. Okay, whether it's an identity, an ego thing, all right, that you guys are discovering, that you've been attached to things that, you know, might not be really helpful for you. And again, it could be something to do with the past, an attachment to the fact that something doesn't feel quite closed out. I'm not sure exactly what it is just yet, but this attachment is kind of like the devil energy. Something might be holding you back in some shape or form, and this week is a really good time to break free from those chains. All right, to finally conclude something. All right, let's see what else. Let's see, please, Spirit, for the lovely Pisces this week. Completion. That's the second time that we're seeing that now. This is kind of like the Ten of Swords. It's about an ending for a new beginning to come up, a difficult ending. Okay, in this card it's kind of showing up with a little bit of like grief, having to really put something to rest, but the sun is rising in the background, which represents a new day is coming for you. So again, similar kind of message is that bittersweet energy for you guys this week. Let's get another one. Some of you could be going through some sort of grief of some kind. as well this week. And if you are, just remember that that person is there with you, okay? You have vanity, which is interesting because we have cornucopia, attachment, and unfinished symphony. For some of you, I don't know who else had a similar message, but it's almost like make sure that your goal isn't attached to anything that's to do with ego, because most of the time, if you want all this money or a certain car, a certain house, or a certain thing in your life because it makes you look good, or it's to do with the external world accepting you in some way, then that is vanity. That is that devil energy. It's an attachment. It's an ego. We all do it from time to time, so I'm not judging you for it, but it's just a reminder that usually when that happens and it is attached to those things, when you actually get it, it doesn't feel as fulfilling as you thought it was. So for some of you, in order to be happy or to have this cornucopia in your life, maybe it's about appreciating it in a different way. Instead of it being about vanity and how it makes you look, it's about really feeling like you already have enough, or you are already good enough. You don't need external validation, or just, again, having goals that are to do with things that you personally want, not just to do with how it makes you look in some way. And we all do it, so don't worry. That could be the shift that you guys are having to do with a certain goal. Maybe it didn't feel so good before. This card to me is always chaotic. It feels like, the instruments, the tune is off. It feels like you're fine tuning something or retuning something. I don't know what they mean by that. Don't know if you guys play instruments or anything. Like, it kind of feels like you're having to bring the goal is not what needs to change. It's something needs just a little bit of tuning, which means a change. I don't know. Right? Let's see what else is going on for you guys this week. So make sure that you are aware that you already have enough. The rest is just a bonus. Are you freedom and courage coming through? So you're being called to have courage this week. The affirmation for this is, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So like I said, that devil energy, maybe there is something that's making you feel fearful, in which you're going to be called to be courageous to break through that fear, maybe to come outside a comfort zone. Maybe it's to seek freedom of some kind. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness, which is nice. I like that. It feels like emperor energy, to be honest. You're taking the lead in your life. All right. You're taking action. You're having that courage, that discipline to break free from something that has been keeping you tied down in order to find that freedom. I like this energy for you. Let's see what else. What else is going on for Pisces this week? Koala Spirit. Spirit is saying here they have a plan. Don't you worry. I almost feel like this is such a chilled energy with the koala. It's almost just super slowed down. I think the power just went out. That's really weird. This never happened before. Is that spirit in the room with us? This light is powered by my laptop, so that is so weird. Spirit has a plan, they're saying here. Divine intervention, maybe. And you have Dear Spirit, which says bring a gentle touch, which is really about being nicer to ourselves. In fact, this is like the Empress energy. So it's funny that I spoke about the Emperor, because they're also highlighting here that the divine feminine energy that we all have within ourselves also needs to come out this week, which is about nurturing. It is about attracting and not always chasing. It is about understanding your worth and also being just gentle to yourself and others at this time. Okay, maybe you're being called to be there for somebody this week, or just to be there for yourself, to practice a little bit of TLC, tender love and care for yourself this week and others. There's something about that is important for you guys this week. Right. Let's get you some cards. All right, please, Spirit. All right, let's get a few cards here. I'm trying to fall out. I'm not ready for those. Let's shuffle it one more time and then we'll split the deck. I don't know why, I've just been enjoying how this comes up. As I split the deck, this is facing up at me in the middle. So for some of you, you could be reaching some sort of goal. This kind of looks like that cornucopia. So for some of you, there is an abundance that you guys could be celebrating this week. A goal, reaching a milestone of some sort, or maybe you're celebrating a relationship within this week or at this time. this can also be an engagement of some sort. So I'm going to keep that out because it was in the middle. But let's see what else is going to be going on for you guys. Oh, Seven of Swords. This could be that attachment, or maybe this is that past energy. Like, however this resonates for you, this can be like a lying, cheating, stealing card. That's what it's very well known by in tarot on YouTube. It is also, it's kind of about kind of doing what you know you shouldn't be doing. That's how I read it. So sometimes it can come under self-sabotage. So whether this is you, and maybe your attachment to self-sabotage or things that you know you shouldn't be doing, or maybe it's about going back to a comfort zone, again, knowing that you shouldn't do it and that you should be courageous and find freedom or whatever. You could be going back to old habits or whatever. So understanding that that is a little bit of a theme this week might help you out. But some of you definitely could have dealt with somebody who was a little bit of a thief, or again, somebody who does run away from responsibility, accountability, and all that stuff. I am going to clarify the unfinished symphony, but let's carry on. This could also be about that vanity as well, wanting to look good in front of others. The Knight of Cups, you're being called to definitely come outside your comfort zone. I don't know why I read it as that. For some of you, of course, this could be representing like relationships, a romantic message coming through. But I always see this as kind of going through that discomfort, that emotional discomfort, in order to get to new territory. So sometimes it's about overcoming anxiety so that you can go into some new experiences as well. The Knight of Wands could be some travel coming up for you guys. This is a very courageous and spontaneous and optimistic energy coming up for you guys this week, which makes sense with the happy. Some of you could be feeling really fired up this week, and they're calling for you to chase after your passions, okay? To do something that's going to bring you some sort of joy. It is like learning something new, maybe going into some sort of education, or again, just wanting to experience new things. The Nine of Swords, so there is some worries coming through here as well for you guys. This is an overthinking, paranoia, or just, kind of like a nightmare. Feeling worried, overthinking. When you're so worried about something and it's even showing up in your dreams, that's the kind of energy coming through. I'm actually going to go in and clarify these now. But let's talk about the unfinished symphony. What is this about, please? Justice. Ooh. The Eight of Wands. Let's get one more. And the Eight of Pentacles. This is interesting because for some of you, this could be maybe like a payout. There could be like a payout coming up for you guys, just for a few of you, of something that you did in the past. Whether this is the universe saying, hey, here's your justice, here's your karma. You put the effort in the past. Now it's coming away. Now that some blockage has been lifted. I don't know if you needed to go through some sort of contract first in order to get this or whatever. It does feel like something's being balanced out, and it does feel like you're receiving something because of that. This can, of course, be energetically. Could be, again, a past situation where things were unfair. There was a lack of harmony in whatever ending happened. The Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles feels like you're getting a good opportunity in spirit, saying that is your justice here. Some of you are definitely getting a contract, by the way. And this feels good. Eight of Wands is an opportunity, all right? A lot of opportunity coming up. Your life is speeding up. Things are going in the positive direction. And Eight of Pentacles represents working hard on something and getting that payout back, okay? Getting what it is that you're putting the energy out there and you're getting an equal back, okay? It's a good energy, specifically in terms of work and contracts here. Okay. Alrighty. Let's have a little look at the Four of Wands. What are you celebrating this week? There could have been an end to a friendship here for some of you Pisces, because the Five of Swords usually is a conflict. It's usually a conflict. It's usually like a falling out. That's how I see it. It's some sort of feeling defeated in some way. The Four of Wands, though, is, again, celebrating something. So what you're celebrating maybe is some sort of detachment. Let's get one more for that. The Four of Cups as well. That's a card of rejection. It could mean for some of you that what you're celebrating is finally coming out of this energy. Maybe you're feeling rejected. So, maybe you you've been rejected a few times in whatever way, whether it's jobs or whether it is people, love, relationships, whatever it is. Maybe you have dealt with a lot of defeat and rejection and a lack of hope, but maybe this week you'll be celebrating something because something's finally going through, or maybe you get accepted in some kind. It's interesting. Okay, the Seven of Swords, the Emperor, that's interesting. Because as I said, the Emperor was coming through for me in my mind with the courage. And as I said, the Seven of Swords can sometimes be about going back to what, our comfort zone, or it's kind of going against what we know we should be doing. The way I read it anyways. So with that Emperor being here, I feel like that's a message coming through, taking the lead. Okay, and no longer going against what you should be doing, okay? And being courageous, taking action is important for you guys this week. No longer delaying things. Let's get one more. For some of you, it could, of course, be a person around you. The Queen of Pentacles as well. Which feels like maybe it's about kind of fulfilling some sort of financial or work goal. It's coming up a lot. I don't know why. Whether it's you just taking care of yourself. And this kind of reminds me of that Deer Spirit as well, to be honest. Bringing a gentle touch. For some of you, I don't know if you're catching someone out in something and they're asking you to go easy on this person. I don't know why. Random. It, of course, depends on your situation. Maybe going easy on yourself. Again, maybe that's what it is. If you're catching yourself doing something, don't criticize. You don't criticize yourself for it. Don't go harsh on yourself. Some of you, may take, what they say, you may take after a parent by doing it to yourself. Maybe someone spoke very negatively to you and you did something wrong. You were heavily criticized for it. They're saying to bring a gentle touch to something. Because you're probably more likely going to change when you're understood. All right. Can we look at attachment? The Wild card, so that cycle's ending, which I love. You do with the Death card here as well. So something needs to transform here. Ending of old cycles, beginning of new ones, coming through with that attachment, which is good. This feels like you are stepping into a new identity, a new era of yourself, which is nice, and a completely new beginning in general. No more attachments to things. Cornucopia, the sun clarifying cornucopia is incredible because this is the best card in the deck. It represents joy, happiness, getting what it is that you want and desire. It's the most positive card in the deck. So again, with that happy in cornucopia, you are going to be super happy this week, overcoming a lot of this, the challenges that are coming through here, and really kind of finding your freedom, finding your cornucopia, finding your positivity, breaking free from, again, overthinking, worrying about things, feeling tied down to fear. Anything else for Pisces? You have the King of Pentacles, which is good. I'm hearing standing true to yourself, being secure, stable, financially stable, okay, which is good. Not in the sense of vanity. It's this kind of like a necessity. Having more than enough to survive, not doing it because you want if you want the pleasures of life and that's what you personally want because that's something that you desire, then that's fine. But when desire happens again because of vanity, I want more things because it make me look good, other people accept me if I have this. Make sure it's not attached to that. This could be a couple of as well, like a romantic interest. This looks great, by the way. Very stable, long-term committed relationship. Okay. But in terms of yourself, financially, things are going to be improving for you. You're going to be a lot more stable, okay, which is nice. And maybe even having some sort of investments that might be paying out for you as well. But anyway, let's end it here. Again, these are just quick readings, just so that I can get through them all before I move to the next place again. So I'm going to love you and leave you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope the reading helped in some way. And let me know in the comments if it did. And I will see you guys next time.